This video is going to show you an insane solo farm for the Arms Week God Roll weapons for PVE and the materials. This is showing you how to farm for the weapons without having to play PvP, or rather the hardware activities, because these activities are really slow. It's fun playing them 2 or 3 times, but after that it gets tiresome. So it's actually irrelevant. You don't even need to do it. The farm I'm about to show you, you can stack your telemetry farm data. Like within an hour, you can get around about 800 mats based on my time. If you do this every 5 to 6 minutes, you're almost getting a 999 stack in just over an hour, which is insane. And that's via PVE, not PvP. Because obviously PVE means they like playing PvP, but not that much. They'll play a game or two, but not all day. Whereas if there's a farm in PvE, people will look for that and want to do it. Now, this is fear of missing out. This is important that you listen to the God Roll weapon advices that I'm going to discuss also for the weapons, that being King Orfeo and the Heron, because this is fear of missing out. FOMO, 2 days and 20 hours. So I recommend that you do this farm if you're missing any rolls that you need, right? Make sure that you level up the season pass. You'll get a randomly rolled hollow foil weapon for King Orfeo, Arc Bow, and the Heron, the Glaive, which they are both actually 2 good weapons, right? I mean, how many of you didn't listen to advices and didn't keep Festival Flight from Solstice with Attrition Orbs demo? Or how many of you didn't get your Tide Hail Clip Chaos Reshaped? So you've got to listen to the God Roll portion, which we're going to go over. But before we do that, there'll be an infographic on screen, right? First discussing about the telemetry data. Now, I've been Sherlock Holmes. Call me 91 Holmes today. I've done my investigations and my background work with a trail of fog, right, on my trail, and I went through all the materials and resources and found out the best way to farm it, because it's deeper than you think this. So on screen you will see solo ops. For every solo ops completion, you get 25 telemetry data. This is agnostic to score, and it doesn't matter what score or run that you do or get. It could be on GM difficulty, it could be on Master, Expert, etc. Fire Team Ops is 35 telemetry data, which is a slightly longer activity than solo ops, isn't it? In some cases, it can be a lot longer. It can be 3 or 4 times longer. So that's not worth it. So solo ops is winning so far. Arena ops, it's identical to Fire Team Ops, which they match 1 for 1 if you do match made with 6 players. Around about 10 to 15 minutes in activity. So Arena ops, it's not worth it for the telemetry data farm. Now we come to Pinnacle ops. Pinnacle ops can have longer activities than the rest of them, but offers 56 telemetry data. 56, so it's the highest. But the trade-off is that it's going to be way longer than solo ops, sometimes 2 or 3 times longer, depending on the day, and that's not good either. However, there's more to it than that. As you see at the back end of my infographic, you will see a dungeon, and that gives 88 materials. 88 telemetry data. You can farm that every 5 to 6 minutes, and even faster if you get everything perfect. And if you do it in a team, probably 3 or 4 minutes. This is hands down the best telemetry data farm in the game, and can be done on every class. Now, I'll pull away the image, and now we'll tell you what we mean by this, because the farm has been looking us in the eyes for such a long time, but we haven't really realized. So Pinnacle Ops, you've got exotic missions like Nord.Override, Vox Obscura, and all this stuff. The unique thing about Pinnacle Ops is that it has dungeons in it, and dungeons have a double whammy, double effect for telemetry data. If you do Locus of Will and Grief or Nightmare of Galran, you'll get 2 stacks of 44 telemetry data, netting you a maximum of 88. However, it doesn't have to be on ultimate difficulty. It can be on any difficulty that you want. So you could farm this on Nightmare of Galran as well. I did it. on normal. You do normal farm. Yeah, it's crazy. And the farm never goes away. It never goes away because what you need to understand with boom stacking, boom, 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 is they rotate. So a lot of you lads are playing on ultimate, right? So we've got these. Grenadiers in and out, in and out, in and out. Brawlers in and out, in and out. Same for GM, it all rotates. But the unique thing about normal difficulty is that these mods never rotate and are always the same. You have access to full throttle. It is 100% damage bonus. Second, you have Brawler. 3, you have Slayer or Grenadier. And you can get 88 materials from normal. So you want to farm normal Pinnacle dungeons. Now, people struggle with Garan, even if it's on easiest difficulty. So what we're going to do then is I'm going to farm, because everybody's in well rehearsal for Warlord's Ruin. We're going to do this, and this is a very fast farm. This is how you set it up. Boom stacking. Boom, full throttle. 100% damage bonus, although we won't get that far. We'll get about 50 stacks on the run. Then we go Brawler. Boom. And then finally, we could run Grenadier for the Strand Grapple Momentum to speed the run up maybe by 30 seconds. But what's better than that is just running Slayer. Slayer is also a damage bonus and is multiplicative and stacked with all of this. Every character can solo this on 10 power. You can do this on Warlock. I recommend for Warlock, maybe take out Slayer and put Grenadier in and use Getaway Artists with Helion, Devour, right, with Arc Soul, and then use weapons like, I don't know, Black Talon or Caster Frame Swords or whatever you want, really. When you've got that many stacks, you will solo one cycle the boss. That's what I recommend for Warlock, right? Or you could do maybe Winter's Guile on Lightning Surge. Hunters is simple. You just do grapple melee, because Grenadier and Brawler stack together on a grapple melee hunter, and you'll basically one bang the boss almost, right? If you don't want to do that, then I recommend Arc Hunter on melee based build. Those are my recommendations. I'll put a bit of a comment down below talking more about that if you want, because this run is about Titan, right? So we was on a Titan, so you saw the card. This is what we ran. To start, number 1, we run a tier 7 nade stat to get my Strand Grapple back in time for when I want it. We are going to want to do this quickly, and we need Strand Grapple, right? So that's my first build. And what I do is I run Mountaintop for rocket jumping. It doesn't matter about your energy weapon, and Eager Edge. We are then going to swap when we do our skip. You'll see it in the run, to a kinetic bow, which it doesn't matter. It's not required for the run at all. You can run whatever you want. I'm just using it because I'm using it. Vex Caliper is absolutely really good for this because it allows for debuff, and you can still run Eager Edge, speeding the run up. We could run Tractor Cannon with this. We could do. It's here or there. It won't matter. It just won't matter because you'll see it in the run. The Vex Caliper tech is Singularity Blade. Why have a Void Elemental debuff? Buff, that being Void Overshield, you weaken targets with melee damage. So we're gonna 2-plate this boss, 2 to 3 plate, but I do 2-plate on this run, right? So that's the setup. I'm using 4-piece Sword Masters. Not that it's required, but it's a beautiful thing because I've finally got 4-piece Sword Masters with all the stats. Look at this, melee super weapons. Not wishful ignorance though. It's alright roll. So melee super weapons, melee super weapons, melee super weapons, melee super weapons. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful Sword Masters set that. I'm using double font. That'll give me 200 melee. That's imperative. I ran one single super font, not that it matters, but this will speed up the kill, right? I've got a couple of surges. Why have I got Void Surge on? I don't know. I guess for Vex Caliber, but I mean, we're not using Slammer for Eager Edge. Don't worry about that, honestly. But yeah, there'll be a dim link for that anyways. So that is the build that I ran. I've suggested to you what you run on Warlock and what you run on Hunter for this. You can farm this any day. There's no weekly lockout. There's no daily lockout for this, lads. But obviously it only matters until till the arms week ends. So for the next 2 days you can farm it. It's easy, right? With this setup, you'll see it. Anyways, now what that's going to equate to is you spending the materials at 8 to 1. Ada 1 only has, let's just load up the tower, right? Let's just load it up instead of talking to you about it. Let's go there and do it. Show you that you can basically hand in 40 mats and get all the god rolls, and we'll go through that because you don't want to be without some of these weapons because you never know, lads. You never know. There could be a glaive meta. They could bring back some OP glaive mods like we've had in the past. I can't remember the names of them. I'm trying to remember what the glaive... There was an OP glaive mod that debuffed entire rooms. It was crazy. I'm trying to think the name of the mod. I can't mind what the name of it is. What I'm saying is, we could be in a glaive meta. You never know what the next artifact mod system will be. You never know, so you need to make sure that you get these FOMO weapons just in case of a future day. Future-proof yourself. So you've got Ada 1 with a 40 material engram. This is what I was doing, because you'd get chance at getting Heron or King Orfeo. Gizmo Weft barely drops from this. I haven't had it one time from Ada. I've already got Gizmo Weft, and I'm not covering that today in this video. I want to focus on the glaive and the bow, right? But do keep Gizmo Wefts. Just keep the rolls you've got. You're looking for things like spike nades, implosion rounds. There's slide shot on there. There's elemental honing. Gizmo Weft's got loads of god rolls on it. But I don't want to take the narrative away to that gun. We're talking about Heron and King Orfeo, because these weapons are actually quite really good. Now then, another tip is if you haven't got any of these weapons craftable, you can buy them and use your deep sight harmonizers from your season pass. Some of these are craftable. Tripwire Canaries. Tripwire Canaries, so you could buy it, and then go to your season pass rewards and get your deep sight harmonizers. Are there deep sight harmonizers on the season pass now? There used to be. You'll be able to pick them up from your old season passes. Is there no deep sight harmonizers on there now? They've stopped doing them, have they? I'm just saying it's a point that you can pick them up and get deep sight harmonizers for these and craft them. Some of these bows are craftable. Under Your Skin is craftable. Tripwire Canary is craftable. The Phobia is craftable. Hush is not. This one isn't. It's from Heresy. This is not craftable. Whistler's Whim isn't craftable, but Raconteur is. There you go, I'll give you that. Also, there's some extra mats here for some reason. And you can focus farm only for the bow. I recommend that you do that if you've got the glaive. But if you haven't got the glaive, just go for the single engram. Right, now onto the god roll portion. Right, now we'll talk about, first of all, King Orfeo. King Orfeo is the precision frame bow, right? This is more of an accurate, slow firing bow. High accuracy is a common trait amongst slow firing combat bows. Very good accuracy, which does affect range drop off on bows, but very bad draw time. Or not bad, but poor. For example, right, to give you more context, Tripwire Canary is generally like a better bow because look at the draw time for PvE. If you want to play more aggressive, like Tripwire Canary is a better frame. It's not maybe a better bow because you can't get it tier 5, but it's got a better frame on it. So now that you understand that it's a very slow bow, we need to then understand that we need to reduce its draw time. Draw time, we can reduce it with, just one sec, elastic string, polymer string. Have we got it on this? We haven't. And draw time masterworks. So if you can get elastic string in this slot, it's best in slot in my opinion. But I don't think I got one single bow with it. I got polymer. I'll show you in a minute. And for this one, I recommend combat the compact arrow shaft because it provides you with reload. Okay, so let's just have a look at some of these rolls if I've actually got anything what I've just said to you. So there, carbon arrow shaft. No, it's not that one. It's the one that provides reload, whatever it's called, damn it. This, honestly, while we fight on, when you inspect a weapon, it should show you everything on the damn thing. It should show you just everything, right? So there we go, polymer string. Polymer string's a good one, right? So polymer string's nice, but we've also got flexible. They're of similar of muchness because, I mean, draw time 633. But you can get it to 600 with elastic string. Right, so you've had the string and the shaft information, right? It's just the one that provides reload. Now then, traits and things. So if we think about traits, we want mainly for the first trait or the first column, I'll just go through some of the stuff. The only ones I'm interested in are shoot to loot, archer's tempo, explosive head, and impulse amplifier. Funnily enough, I've got 3 of them right there straight away, right? Second column, jolting feedback, dragonfly, or meganura. That is it. Precision instrument I don't even like on this board, because precision instrument, it just doesn't, it's not that good. It's not as good as jolting. Jolting can stun overloads. I mean, I've got it there if I want it, but I'm not that bothered about it, you know. By the way, masterwork, either reload masterwork or draw time masterwork, right? So that's basically everything that you should be looking for. I'll just show you some of my roles, why I've kept them. So obviously explosive payload hits incredibly hard in GMs. So that for me is the best combination. Explosive payload, jolting, or even shoot to loot. Shoot to loot works with the jolting. It will do, right? We've got that dragonfly that I said. I've got archer's tempo. That's a nice combo. Explosive payload dragonfly is all right. Yeah. Let's have a look at what else. We've got another role here. Archer's tempo, jolting. Archer's tempo is very good. Better than successful warm-up. Successful warm-up isn't very good in GMs because you don't get many kills. Archer's tempo works on single target damage. Therefore, it's a better trait. I'm sorry, successful warm-up loyalists. It's not that good of a trait. Okay, hang on a minute. And we've got also another role here, Meganura and Archer's Tempo. Again, it's okay. A few of these roles to delete because we are actually cross. You know, some of the weapons are already doing some of the traits I want. So I've got a shoot to loot role here, jolt and feedback again, impulse amplifier. Now this holofoil drop is good. Jolt and feedback, explosive payload with a reload masterwork, and polymer string. If it had elastic string, it would be a little bit better, but only a little bit, right? Okay. But see, the draw time goes up when you use other things. So it's either, you know, it's polymer or elastic. So that's the bow. The bow's cut and dry, lads. I mean, if you get a roll like this, you're all right. You don't need to farm much more than that, man. You know, as long as you get that. The IP defining thing about this bow is that it jolts targets, and that stuns overloads any season at all. It's one of the very few bows. I think it's the first bow of its kind to have jolting. I think so at least. Anyways, now we come on to Heron. So Heron, I only want 3 rolls on this. Now I'm not going to talk about, you know, the first column here and the mag perks, because what I will tell you is if you get a Heron with the right traits you've got, like say you're looking for disruption break close to melee, if you don't get the exact mag options and barrel options or whatever this option's called here, the hafts or whatever, then it's not the end of the world. It's like if you have $1 million and you see a couple of nickels or spare change on the floor, and you put your $1 million on the floor, your suitcase, and you go and pick up the change. That is exactly what it is, right? I mean, if you're really going to push me to it, I want shield duration. I would only spec for shield duration. That's really what I would like to spec for. I'm not bothered about really, maybe a bit of handling or shield duration. That's it. I mean, and having a bigger mag at times, yeah. That's it, really, lads. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of all of that today with you. I know more about it, but to talk about all of that is too much for the video. It's going to bloat it. So let's get to the traits. So the 3 roles that I want are disruption break close to melee and replenishing Aegis unstoppable force. Right. Disruption break buffs the glaive itself because melee damage is classed as kinetic damage. So you're buffing its glaive. Close to melee is a massive damage bonus on the glaive, right? This is an extremely good glaive, this. Unreal how good it is. Right, second rule. The reason is replenishing Aegis reloads itself and you get more shield. So with your shield increases projectile damage as well. So you're guard and reloading. This is a GM glaive. I have used replenishing Aegis unstoppable force for years on different glaives. And I can wholeheartedly tell you it's one of the best glaives in the game for end game stuff. I'm talking about Grandmaster glaive. I'm talking when things are really tough. Okay, those are the 2 rolls, and then there's another roll. Repulsor brace, destab. Repulsor brace for overshield and destabilizing rounds. It's a unique combination, this. I also recommend that. The glaive has other things on it like overflow and envious, but I mean, it's all much of a muchness. You don't need to. The 3 rolls I've mentioned to you are enough to future-proof yourself for the future, and that's it really, honestly. I wouldn't bother. I mean, if you got overflow, yeah, fair enough, it's nice. Envious, okay, it's fine. There's loads of good traits, but the 3 rolls I've mentioned have unique use case. So I go for those 3 rolls, and that's all I'm concerned with. All right, we'll show you my holofoil of the Heron. No, I didn't get a god roll for the holofoil, did I? Right, not yet anyways. So now is the god roll information for the bow, the Heron, etc. You've been advised of the information. You're going to see the farm. Now on the actual best run that I got, I didn't get 88 because, just to explain that, is because I had 940 mats. I'll show you the clip where it does drop with 88 so that you know that I'm definitely telling the truth. But what I'm saying is if you've got like 950 mats and you do a run, you're not going to get 80 mats. It's going to cap at 999, and I lost some mats at the end. Not that it mattered to me, but I'm just explaining it, right? So there you go. That's the information on with the farm. Okay, so this initial clip just confirms to you you get 88 telemetry mats, providing you haven't got a 99 stack of them every run, and you get that 5 to 6 minutes, which is ultimately the best farm in the game for these mats. I'm just proving it to you, because on this run, I didn't get that many mats because I nearly had a full stack of 999. Okay, kill these ads with your melee. Your brawler is on. Turn round. Okay, kill these ads. Mountaintop those. Okay, mountaintop these again, and then you're going to jump up this hole, and then we're going to eager edge over the first trap. Okay, go past this, take a left, jump over trap. Keep going, and then right through this broken part of the wall, then left, then right, jump over the trap. Left. Right, left, right again, and then another right. And then we can use our melee or eager edge. Left, left. Okay, right, eager edge down this hallway, and take a right and jump over the hole. If ads spawn here, kill them for full throttle buff, but if they don't, just keep moving. Okay? Now then we're going to go jump up the hole, go down the hole, eager edge. If ads spawn there, which is RNG, then kill them for full throttle, but they didn't for me. Right, jump in the air, and then grapple melee, and then eager edge right here. Boom. That's the jumping puzzle done rather fast. Okay, keep making your way on this one-way route. We got mountaintop on, we got eager edge. We do want a second grapple. That's why I'm running tier 7 nade stat for that. Okay, this is mountaintop. This is rocket jumping. I do a rocket jump. You don't have to do that. You can just jump up. You can be casual and jump up, you know. Do another rocket jump. In the air, eager edge. To the bridge. Now then, this is all strategized. We're going to get some more full throttle stacks. This speeds the run up, even though we're wasting time killing ads, it's worth it for full throttle. I'm 14 stacks, that's nice. Eager edge over bridge. Come to this location here, rocket jump. You do that by jumping, and then just after you've hit the floor with the rocket, you then jump, then do grapple, put in banner, boom, boom, boom. Swap to your actual loadout, which we've already went through that. Destroy the blight, boom. Okay, we're going to absolutely melt on this difficulty with full throttle. And it's up every single day. There's no lockout for this. It's so important. It's so important that you understand that, right? You can get all the god rolls you ever want before Tuesday. Now then, tick all the eyes. Crouch here. Use the glaive or bow. Does not matter. Or whatever weapons you're using. Get your VIP weak. Yeah, we're getting him weak. And then we're going to grapple melee him here. There we go. We grapple melee. If the 2 scorn traps are on top of each other, good. You've got good RNG. You can cap them both in one go. I'm going to cap them both. Wait for audio cue. Eager edge. Yeah, we're going quicker on this run, and we're going to try and get 4 traps. But he's not, look, he's not spawning in. No good. I just kill him and go for free. If I go for free, it means on the second phase I only need 1. But the god RNG would be if he spawns in 1. and you get 4 traps in one phase. It is possible, but it's up to RNG, and it's very annoying because that Scorn Captain can behave or he might not behave. Get the 2 dunks in. Dunk wherever you dunk, on the igniting flames, wherever you do it. Get a couple of more full throttle stacks. You want 50 stacks. I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but you'll see how much we melt. It is worth it. It's really worth it. Okay? Right, get my dunks, and we're going to have to do another phase. But remember, we've capped 3 scorn points, so now we're only going to need 1 more. Okay? After this, of course. After this. So there's my 3, went in. Okay. Now I'm looking at my full throttle, 45 stacks, but we're okay at that. I don't need much more than that, right? We're going to melt, providing that we do everything right. I mean, even if we don't, you'll still solo 1 cycle. You'll still solo 1 cycle if you know what to do with this. Easy. Very easy, right? Just watch. Glides are taken care of. I need to one-shot this guy. I should just melee him. Why am I not doing that? Just melee him, grapple melee, one-shot, boom. There we go. Then we're going to defend this Scorn Trap. Okay, then we're going to go around here. And then we've got our final Scorn. So that's fine. So now what we can do is build up Barrier of War and Armor Charge. Armor Charge provides super bonus, melee bonus. We've got 200 melee stat now because of Armor Charge are present. Right, wait for the orb. Boom, we're ready. We're ready now for DPS. So this is how it's going to exactly go. You need to do it like this. Dunk the thing. Get overshield via Vex Caliber. Slide melee. Look at the damage. Then pop super immediate. Super will refresh all your melee charges. Obviously, we're on Wishful Ignorance, right? So we'll keep doing that there. Use your super, then DPS is ended. That's plate 1. Right, now then, get a fresh debuff. Full overshield. Kill and add with Vex Caliber. Go on the plate and wait. Don't melee right away. Wait for that damage gate to open. Boom, look at the damage. We're 2-plating him easy on this difficulty, look. And then finish him off with sword. If you don't finish him off, you'll kill him on plate 3. That's a 5.5 minute farm. And you can do this quicker. If the Baron behaves, this can be done in 4.5 minutes. But he has to behave, and he will not behave every run. There you go. That is the farm for telemetry data for PVE. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.